Hey y'all, it's Necey Dixon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, y'all, if you're returning, and I have to say it like that because it's been so long. If you are returning, y'all, big old welcome back. Clack, clack, okay? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me in the comments so we can get started. Let me know. Because I already seen somebody say it was something wrong with the stream before I even hopped on. So let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Hey, Taylor. Hey. My goodness. It's been too long. Way too long. And I don't know what the beef is with StreamYard. I really don't know. Every single time I get ready to go live, I have to fight for my life. I have to fight with this platform. Dang, my hair giving. I have to fight with this platform in order to go live. So I'm going to go ahead and send prayers up. I'm going to pray that the people who I'm talking about today don't do nothing to my Wi-Fi and cut me off and all that stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, J-Dub, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Today we are going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, as well as Real Housewives of Potomac. Love and Marriage really ain't gonna take that long. Love and Marriage really is not gonna take long at all, y'all. This is a continuation, even though I have been gone. Let me address that first, because we friends here, right? Let me not act brand new. It's only 2 minutes in. We friends here, right? So I appreciate y'all who have messaged me and stuff like that when I was gone, just checking on me, saying, "Hey, Necey, where have you been?" And literally, I just took the month off of YouTube to gather my life. Literally, work life, life, moving houses. It's been quite hectic, but I'm in good spirits and I'm glad to be back. So I appreciate y'all who hit me up and also was messaging me on Instagram and stuff like that. But let's get into it, y'all. Love and Marriage Huntsville is not going to take long, like I said. So this week was just a continuation from the last week. Okay, Mel and Martell is on a vacation, I believe in Florida, right? So it starts out with both Martell and Mel having conversations with their mom. And, Mama Holt is just saying that she's so grateful to be on the trip. It just makes her heart so happy to be on this trip. It really broke Martell break up like that. It really broke her heart to see them break up like that. Um, so that was good to see. They also showed the flashback of I know, right? Oh no, 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 no. They also now, oh now knowing you. I can't. Losing you for a second. What the freak is going on? Anyway, y'all, hopefully nobody else messes up my damn live because I can't deal. But anyway, y'all, Mama Hope cried. They showed the flashback of her crying whenever she found out about the other baby. I'm gonna turn my camera off for now just in case anything else happens. We also see a heartwarming moment with the Scott brothers. We see Marcel and Maurice pretty much expresses that he feels guilty for delaying Kimmy from getting her mammogram. Now, he didn't intentionally delay her. It was just a series of events that he felt like got her sidetracked. I thought that was a real sad scene. And I feel bad that he carries that weight. And I really hope that Kimmy's fight is, going well. So I think it's pretty sad. And that's wherever Marcel tells Maurice that it's okay to be sad. Next, y'all, throughout the episode, we see Mel make like a couple dark jokes, in my opinion, towards Martell. She jokes about it being his first time on a yacht. She also jokes about asking Martell to play her song. Took you 5 years just to cut her off. She joked about that. Stuff that I actually did not think it was a big deal. Low key, whenever you beef with somebody for that long, and it was beef, regardless of it being a divorce or not, whenever you beef with somebody like that for that long and y'all get back cool, I think you ain't got no choice but to joke. Now, really, I told y'all it was going to be a quick conversation about Love and Marriage Huntsville, so let's go ahead and get to the main point. The main point is Martell and Mel sit down together at a separate table for dinner, and Martell tries to take accountability for everything that he's ever done. Now, y'all, if this was my first time watching the show, I probably would have said that I believed where Martell was coming from. Like, if this was my first time watching the show, I probably would have been like, Mel is tripping. Why can't they just be cool? Because Martell just wants to be cool. But we know this man. We know this man, y'all. I wholeheartedly believe that Martell took this trip as an opportunity for them to be a full family again and for Mel and Martell to be together again. I think that's where Martell thought that this was. He thought that the door was open for that. And I think Mel continued to draw her boundaries throughout the trip when she joked about, oh, let me take my braids out because if you like braids, I don't want braids. I think whenever Mel didn't want to have the discussion at dinner, it was simply just her drawing boundaries. We don't need to talk about the past when we're moving forward. We're moving forward in co-parenting. So, ooh, hey, Jay. No, I did not see the scene with Martell and his mama talking about Mel's parenting. But yeah, I truly believe that Martell was just trying to see how far he could get. That's why he said something along the lines of, I give a little, you should give a little too. That was him basically saying... That was him saying that he was being vulnerable for a little bit, so she should also be vulnerable. But the thing is, I don't think that his goal was to gather vulnerability. I think his goal was to rehash the relationship, which Mel said was dangerous. And I agree. So I'm going to call a thing a thing. Mel looked like she was still mad and bitter, but I think Mel was just moving with caution because she knows who this man is, and I don't blame her. So that was pretty much the end of the episode. It was some nice closure, and Mel says that they can focus on the future. However, we do know that after the Florida trip, there has been beef on social media. Now, not of lately, but I think it was like summer, fall, in my charade voice, starting with summer, heading into fall. Weren't they just in court and Martell was saying that he was going to try to get full custody of the kids after Florida? Somebody in the comments validate that for me. Somebody in the comments co-sign on that so I know if I'm right or wrong. But I remember Martell saying that he was taking a Mel to court for full custody, and this was literally like right before he ended up being with Sheree. So ultimately, I think that Mel made the right decision by, proceeding with caution. Late August. Yep. Okay. Y'all remember. Okay, cool. I was like, I was not tripping. Ravine, she says they still need more time to become real friends. It's possible. My ex and I married too young. It took us 7 years after our divorce to be real friends again. Ooh, child. 7 years. It's a long time. Okay, so y'all, that's all we got for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Told y'all that it was not going to last long. And guess what, y'all? If you are a member of my channel, Jamie's channel, or Bonnie's channel, this week for Ooh Ladies First Panel, we are having to pre-record because I'm going to be out of town. So because we're pre-recording, that means that there's a private link. So if you are currently a member of our channels, you get the private link because we're about to go live in another 45 minutes. So go ahead and join so that way you can see the pre-recorded shows and not just the live shows. You'll see it before it releases on Thursday. So next, y'all, it is time to get into the thick of it. Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? But before we get into it, y'all do me a favor and like the video. All right, y'all. Delia says, I am. Dang, you skimmed through that one. No, really, y'all. Did I even miss anything on Love and Marriage Huntsville? Be for real. Love and Marriage Huntsville, like, truly has not been giving lately. Like, literally, the last 3 episodes, I could have summed up into one review. And that's basically what I did. That's basically what I did. But y'all let me know. I don't think I missed nothing from Love and Marriage Huntsville. So now, y'all, it is time to get into Real Housewives of Potomac. I came on here in a very treacherous, technical difficulty filled live a couple weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, to tell y'all about what do I want to call it? The hypocrisy. I want to call it colorism. Now, let me make a few things clear. A few things very clear. I wish I would have watched the episode like 2 or 3 times last week or 2 weeks ago before I came on and reviewed it. One, because the first thing I want to clarify is that Wendy did not say anything about G and Mia sleeping with men and women until after she was physically assaulted. At first, I said that Wendy said it first, but no, that's not the case. Wendy did not say that until after. The second thing I want to address is the hypocrisy comment when it comes to Wendy being in the same position as, well, in a similar position as Monique. Now, I said that I thought it was interesting and that there was a little hypocrisy there, but let's be real, it's not the same. The only thing that is the same between Monique and Wendy is that Wendy is having to go up against the Green Eye Bandits, just like Monique had to go up against the Green Eye Bandits. The thing that changed in this situation was where the Green Eye Bandit Sorority Incorporated stood on violence. And that was dependable on who they liked at the time. Or should I say the color of the person inciting the violence is what it feels like. I know a lot of Real Housewives of Potomac fans are tired of talking about colorism. They feel like it's ruining the show. They feel like, it's not making fun for lighthearted conversations. But I'd have to disagree. Like, I get it. I know that I know y'all want to watch no Real Housewives show and then turn this into like a race thing. But that's exactly what it is. And if y'all watch the show very carefully and listen to some of the responses that the girls like Candace and Wendy have, you'll see where they're coming from. Now, one other thing that we're going to get into whenever we talk about this episode is Karen. We're going to talk about Karen. And it's really reminiscent on how I felt about Karen when it came down to the Monique and Candy situation. Karen, I love how Karen carries herself. Karen is an individual, but sometimes she's an individual to a fault for me. For me, I wish that sometimes Karen would absolutely pick a side. Karen and Giselle, we all know, are the eyes and ears of this group. Karen and Giselle are the people who carry the most influence when it comes to fuckery. Okay, to be real. That's the same reason why Mia invited Karen and Giselle to go ride cars, because she wanted to hang out with the head honchos. The same reason why Monique strategically decided to be friends with the Green Eye Bandits, even though they were the ones who started the rumor about her husband and the baby and the trainer, and, instead go after Candace. So people do things in order to get in where they fit in on this show, and it's usually by either following Karen or following Giselle and Robin. Now, the whole reason why I'm saying that is because Karen doesn't realize how much influence she carries. Giselle incites chaos. That's what she does. That's what she's paid for. Karen only is about that life when it comes to herself and when it comes to her man, which I'm like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. But when it gets to the point to where you see that these women on the show are clearly displaying colorism, Karen, I need you to speak up. I need you to speak up. And no, I know somebody's going to say, is it not enough that she went to go check on Wendy? No, it's not enough. it wasn't enough for me at all. Because what she did was she apologized. So let me skim through before I start reviewing the whole episode out of order. Okay, so Real Housewives of Potomac opens up, and we see Giselle with these damn silver ass wedge heels on, looking like it came out of the Mother of the Bride section from David's Bridal. It looked a damn mess with the damn brooch on the front of the foot. I don't care how much they cost; it looked a mess. And everybody's wearing all white except for Mia. Mia's wearing white with flowers, and it happens to be Karen's dinner, but we aren't really sure if it's Karen's dinner because Mia was mad at Karen, right? So what we found out is that Mia initially said that she wasn't going to host the dinner because Karen went to go check on Wendy. So Jacqueline then walks down to help set up as Mia's representative. She also walks down to set up, like Mia's assistant. And it's just hilarious because it's like, girl, you are getting way, y'all, Jacqueline's getting too much screen time for my liking. Too much screen time for my liking. So they all sit down. Mia then decides to graciously say, this is your birthday party, Karen. And y'all want to know the reason why she's saying that? She's saying that because Karen has influence, as I just explained to y'all. Mia can hold a grudge with the other girls, Candace and Ashley, because she doesn't think that they have as much pull as Karen does. Not the grand dame. So they decide to be cool. And, they talk about their favorite moments of Karen. Karen is being turned on by the guy whipping the fire around. Y'all, this season, like, as bad as this season is, the editing sometimes is like, pure comedy. I can't. So they all sit down at the dinner table, everybody except for Wendy, because Wendy's not there. And somebody brings up the fact that Ashley and Candace are on a new page and everything seems so great. Ashley says, yeah, things are great, but I think we still have things to talk about because Chris threatened me on Twitter. He threatened me and Giselle. Now, the threats that they were talking about, I understand where they're coming from, okay? Chris was like, yeah, you about to find out, right? He was definitely insinuating that, like, something was going to happen, that he was going to retaliate. I understand where they're coming from. But the thing is, no, bitch, don't be scared now. That's how I feel about it. You came on national TV to say that this man made you feel uncomfortable, almost as if he was sexually harassing you in some type of way. Maybe not physically, but maybe he did something to make you feel uncomfortable. You insinuate that on national TV, and then on a national platform, he basically said to y'all, fuck around and find out. So I'm kind of like, no, don't be scared now. And Candace is kind of just like, yeah, he said what he said, and I'm not going to address lies. She called Giselle dusty vagina, and she called Ashley forehead. She's not going to address the lies that are coming from them. So she says, what's next? Who's next? Go. She wanted to know who else had something to say about her husband. And Sharice was like, I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say at all. And I got to put this picture up here. I hope I uploaded it. I don't have anything to say. Of course. I don't have anything to say at all. How Sharice be looking the whole time. Robin says, Sharice is the real grand dame of Potomac. Sharice every episode. Truth is, I'm tired. Sharice be getting tired every episode, y'all. But yeah, nobody had anything to say, and Candace basically cleared the girls like, I don't have nothing to say, right? So Mia then says, I think it's funny, Candace, that you support Wendy's lies about G, but you want everyone to be upset because you feel like Giselle is telling a lie about your husband. So Jacqueline then chimes in, and I don't even know what Jacqueline said, y'all. Like, she's a non-factor, so it was very much just giving Charlie Brown voice. And all I remember was Candace said, I will not be bombarded by Mia's representative. I think Jacqueline said something like with a bitch in her or something like that, something that didn't really matter. But yeah, Jacqueline, girl, bye. So next, y'all, we see the ladies getting ready the next day. And this is one of the comments that I wanted to call out. Mia ends up asking Jacqueline, why is Candace staying with us? She says, if you were in some beef with the girls in the house, I wouldn't be staying here. My question to y'all is, Jacqueline and Mia have known each other since they were 15 years old. Candace and Wendy, I believe, have just met within the past, what, is this Wendy's second season or second or third season? Girl, where do you get the idea that Candace and Wendy are best friends? And I also want to ask you, Mia, why are you bunching them together? Why didn't you ask? Why didn't you ask, how come Ashley isn't staying there too? You only asked about Candace. So I just thought it was interesting. Somebody's going to say I'm reaching, but I'm also going to tell y'all that I don't give a fuck. Why is Mia's mind assuming that Candace and Wendy need to ride for each other when clearly Ashley has drawn the line in the sand and said where she was standing? So anyway, next, y'all, we see Charisse again. And Charisse and Candace are having a conversation. And Candace basically just says that Ashley is trying to project. Ashley is trying to project her issues with her husband on her. And, you know, Candace doesn't really believe that Ashley is getting a divorce. She thinks that it's just all for show. She says maybe they're trying to do something with the business. She doesn't know. Charisse says that initially she thought that the divorce was fake, but now she thinks it's real. So now, y'all, all the ladies get ready to go on activities. So Mia splits up the group. And this is what I was telling y'all. Mia, Giselle, Jacqueline, and Karen go riding cars. And I said to myself, what an odd group. What an odd group. But actually not odd at all, because Mia and Jacqueline, because Mia's hosting the trip, she wants to, you know, be top of the pyramid. So why not invite top of the pyramid? Why not invite Giselle and Karen? Okay. I know Robin was probably like waiting for her to call her name, like, no, you don't get top of the pyramid by proxy, Robin. I don't care how much you try to deflect from this wedding this season. You don't get top of the pyramid by proxy to Giselle, Robin. Okay, so basically, one of the things I wanted to call out is damn Karen, okay? Karen ends up apologizing to Mia. And the thing that I hated about the way she apologized, she was hella indirect about what she was apologizing about. She says, I apologize for my selfish birthday request. And y'all, I had to rewind it 2 times. I was like, what is she talking about? What is the selfish birthday request? And I was like, oh, she's talking about inviting Wendy to the beach. Karen, you really gonna backpedal like that? You're the grand dame, right? Can you say when something is wrong, Karen? Use your influence for good. If you don't say anything, you're complicit. And you're basically as equal as the oppressor. Okay? Ain't that what they say? So I was like, girl, what? It's given very much flip-flop. So that's one thing that Giselle has not lied about. They said that Karen only cares about herself, and she ain't never lied when it comes to that, because it is given flip-flop. Okay, so next, y'all, we see Candace, Ashley, and Charisse and Robin on the boat. And when they're on the boat, Candace ends up inviting Wendy. One of the things that I noticed that I absolutely hated was that Charisse and Robin both ignore Wendy whenever she comes on the boat. Charisse, mind the business that pays you. Charisse, what has Wendy done to you? It's almost giving, you want to check. How you gonna be the grand dame of Potomac, and then when you get on Real Housewives of Potomac, you fall in line? So it's very much giving that you're not the grand dame of Potomac. And some people are saying like, oh, Karen's the grand dame of the show, but Charisse is the grand dame in real life. But what we're seeing is that Charisse cares as much about the show as anybody else does. So I think I'm actually going to put a little bit more stock into Karen being the grand dame of the show rather than the town. Because if the grand dame of the town is looking like this, what are y'all doing in Potomac? Okay, maybe the grand dame of Baltimore. Maybe. Not Potomac. So I'm like, why are you literally just getting in where you fit in? Sure, yeah, okay. Sharice is here only to bring Karen down, and Karen knows exactly why she's here. Just like I think Sharice was supposed to come on that same season when it came to Robin and Giselle stirring up the rumors about Monique. Sharice was supposed to come on then. So Sharice has always been meant to come on the show with some big source of tea, and literally that's all Sharice cares about. So Sharice and Robin ignore Wendy. Lame. Anyway, Ashley starts asking Robin about this wedding. Robin says, we're planning something really small, but I don't want to talk about it in front of people who don't like me. And she looks at Wendy. And I'm looking at this screen like, girls, you're a damn lie. You don't want to talk about it because you don't have anything planned, is what my guess is, but we'll see. So next, y'all, all the ladies come home. They're getting ready for dinner, and we see Robin and Giselle getting ready. This is whenever Robin shows Giselle Candace's Instagram live, where she says, all these hoes are fake. None of these hoes are loyal. All these bitches are on here just panhandling their businesses, yada, yada, yada. Now, I'm going to give a little bit to Candace, too. Don't worry. So Robin personally feels upset by this live because Robin's like, I defended Chris. But y'all, one of the things I didn't even call out to y'all was that scene last episode, the episode before this one, when they were downstairs taking shots and Candace said to the group, chasers are for bitches. And Robin said, I didn't even do anything to you, Candace. Y'all want to know what that was? To me, whenever Candace took the shot and said chasers are for bitches, to me, I thought that was a joke. I didn't think it was that deep. Robin's response was more telling of where Robin was at when her response says, Candace, I've done nothing to you. What? I didn't even think it was that deep. So y'all, I think that Robin assumed, this is what she did. I think that Robin assumed that because she scratched her back and said, hey, I don't believe that your husband did anything to Giselle, that Candace should have also scratched her back and helped ice Wendy out. But because Candace wasn't doing that, Robin automatically looked at Candace as an op. So that's why she was taking things that Candace said so deep. And whenever Candace made this Instagram live, she literally gave her what she wanted, which was something to show the group. So they all end up going to dinner. I see y'all took it as a joke too, right? So they all end up going to dinner. Ashley in her confessional says that Mia is doing the effing most, right? So she invites Wendy, and I'm like, come through, Ashley. Come through. And Ashley ends up inviting Wendy, like I said, thank God. Mia ends up calling Ashley an ungrateful brat. And Ashley says, well, if I'm a brat, then you're a bully. So Wendy shows up, and this is another observation that I made. The only people who stood up to greet Wendy and make her feel welcome was Candace and Ashley. Karen, stand your ass up. Give her a hug. It was awkward. They might have edited it out, but I highly doubt it. Karen wanted it to be clear that she wasn't a part of the foolery of upsetting Mia. Karen, use your influence for good. Anyway, y'all, Wendy shows up, and I really hate that Wendy was backed into a corner, so much so where she decided to apologize and thought that was going to be enough to stop the colorism. Wendy apologizes for her word choice and how she escalated the evening. Mia was like, she's not talking to me. Oh, but Mia, she was, because before Wendy even started apologizing, she said, Mia, I'm talking to you. So the entire group decided to ignore Wendy's apology. Candace looks at her and tells her, don't worry, she heard you, like, good job. And Wendy, I hate that you apologize because they literally could have licked my ass crack. So finally, y'all, Robin ends up showing this, tea. I'm gonna call it lukewarm tea to the group. And she plays Candace's video. And like I told y'all in the video, Candace said all these hoes are fake. They're panhandling their businesses. Basically, fuck these hoes is what she said. And at the table, at first, I was like, okay, cool. Because Candace said, I said what I said. She went to Giselle and said, Giselle, you're not loyal. I think you're fake. She went to Ashley. She said this about Ashley. So I was like, okay, perfect, Candace. Stick by what you said. Go around the table, tell everybody what you said. But then Candace started confusing me. She said, well, Robin, you were the only one who was loyal. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I actually considered you a friend, Robin. No, you didn't, Candace. And if you did, you haven't learned. You haven't learned from Giselle if you honestly considered her to be a friend. So she went around the table and she said that she excluded Karen. Basically, Karen was not included in any of that. These hoes are fake, right? So Ashley was like, I think it's funny that you were excluded, Karen. She whispers to Karen, Candace said that you were dating other men all around the city. Karen goes off. Karen looks at Candace and she said, unless you have something big on me, then I advise you to shut the fuck up when it comes to speaking on my marriage and my institution. Now, another time where Giselle didn't lie. Hate to say it, Neck Roll didn't lie. Dusty didn't lie, okay? Lotto's grandmama didn't lie. She ended up saying, Karen never said that it was a lie. Karen just simply said that don't speak on her marriage unless you have proof, which I thought was interesting. The other thing I thought was interesting was that Candace sat there and lied and said she didn't say it. Candace sat there and lied and said that she did not say that. Candace, you did. Candace, you are still mad at Karen for not picking a side when it came to you and Monique. You thought you had a friend in Ashley at the beginning of the season. And you said that about Karen to Ashley. You said it, Candace. And it was in that moment that Candace went from bad bitch cussing the girls out, calling them panhandlers, to then child. Because you saw she looked like she got in trouble. Her eyes got doughy, her eyes got big. She kind of sunk in her chair. And she says, Ashley's lying. And she's crying. Why would I say that, Karen? Why would I say that? I'm like, girl, what? So the dinner ends, y'all. They end up going to the club. Oop, not Candace being who you thought she was. Oop. They end up going to, hold on. Taylor Ann says, hey, girl. She says, Candace actually didn't lie. On Watch What Happens Live, she said that she forgot she said it. And in the new sneak peek for the next episode, a producer told her that she said it. Well, shit. Remember what you say. It's like, the thing is this. You fucked up by thinking that you had a friend in Ashley. Do not say anything to Ashley that you don't want to get back to anybody else. Haven't you learned? Damn, Ashley just told everybody Monique and her husband was separated. Then Monique had to backpedal and change the definition of separated. Hey, girl, what? So anyway, that night, y'all, everybody ends up going out to the club. Except for Giselle. And everyone got along, like everyone, even Robin and Wendy. They hugged it out. They were saying, I love you, yada, yada, yada. I want to call out to y'all that Robin was able to hug it out with Wendy and tell her how much she loved her. One, because there was alcohol involved, but I believe drunk man, sober thoughts. Two, Giselle was not there. Neck Rose was not there. So you felt like you could be cool with her. And then three, y'all, the cameras weren't around. And because the cameras weren't around, you decided to stop playing a role. Robin, every season we tell you that your position is hanging on by a damn thread. And if this is the way that you want to produce yourself on the show, I advise you to switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up. So yeah, on the way back home from the club, Robin and Candace start arguing in the car again. Robin and Candace are arguing because Candace is crying. I thought you were my friend. Yada, 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 yada. I can't believe you did that. But y'all, that's all I got for Real Housewives of Potomac. Next week, it seems like it's going to be pretty decent. Let me read some of these comments before we head on out. Hey, Kia. She says, Robin was guilty at the best. Oh, Robin was guilty at best. Candace was passive-aggressive, but hardly. Apparently when Candace went live, y'all said that she was giving Robin props. What else? Actually working for that check. She is. She is. What else? Sugar Shan, hey, she says Wendy done for that. I would rather this is for the apology. Wendy done for that. I would rather give the devil a pedicure with my teeth than apologize to these demons. Girl. I was like, why? SJ Dub says Candace the Coward was projecting. I really hate that she did that in that scene, right? Right. Who is Mia to be apologizing to? I agree with y'all 100%. Karen was hurt, but I mean, y'all know, I really do think Karen did have her some boyfriends, but you know, I guess Karen said it's her business. She got a couple friends now. But yeah, Karen was very hurt, and I don't understand that because her and Candace aren't really friends like that anymore. Nah, but shit, she talking about her marriage. She like, girl, no. It's going it's going to dinner the same as dating other men. I guess so. Hey, Monique. Monique says, I want Robin her hard face off the show. Yeah, I think everyone does. I think everyone does. But y'all, I appreciate y'all for joining me on this live. Again, if you're a member of any of our channels, when I say our, I'm speaking about Ooh Ladies First Panel, y'all go ahead and look on your community wall for the link because we're going live tonight and then Thursday will be a pre-recording. So I guess it pays to be a member, okay? Just so you can see the stuff early whenever we're busy on Thursdays, okay? But if y'all like this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for coming back, even though I've been gone for a month and actually rocking with me, okay? Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.